All right, are you ready? We're talking about a bridge, and this is pretty important. As I began last week talking to you about a bridge being a road or a structure, I want to now help you understand how being a bridge in life can be so powerful, so important, and so vital. I used to say all the time, and I hope you'll continue to hear these words. If you have to go through certain pain and difficulty in life, that means you've experienced it and you've been through it and you've gone through it. And upon that note and at that time, in this situation of life, why wouldn't you use that pain for the goodness and the glory of God to help others to push through the certain things that you've been through as well? And this is where you become a bridge in life. This isn't about being the strongest Christian in the world, the greatest at being all things to all people within the religious realm. This isn't about getting everything right. This is about you not being, this isn't about you not making mistakes or struggling in life in other ways. This is about building a bridge of life that that others can benefit and cross upon from one side to the other. There are people out there who've lost loved ones, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers. And it weighs so heavy on your heart, but you know what it's like to go through that great struggle and that great challenge and that great battle. And soon down the road, there will be others who face that. And what a great opportunity for God to use you as a bridge to help others understand as they cross this great divide and this great heartbreak and these great hurts, that how you navigate some of that and how you work to get past and get through and move past some of this hurt and pain in your life. And these are such important things if you would become a bridge. You see, bridges are becoming much more spectacular today. I mean, the engineering of them, no longer are they just built in mind just to carry people back and forth. Now there's lighting and there's spectacular roping and facades and steel structures, stone structures, and whatever the case they decide to build out of. But they really work hard, to make these things quite powerful and quite beautiful. I see the Newport, Rhode Island Bridge pretty much every day, and at nighttime it lights up quite beautiful, and they spend an awful lot of time and a lot of money on these bridges. And it got me to wondering, what's the building part of this? Because, well, see, here's the thing. The builders, if they are motivated to build such beautiful, pristine things, they move fast and they move swiftly, and it motivates to meet the need on a beautiful way. So if we were to apply that to the ministry of our life here in our hearts and our spirits and as Mission Church people, the goal is not only to get somebody across to the other side or help people through, but wouldn't it be awesome if they could sense the blessings of God all along the way as they cross the bridges of your life? I mean, this is not just about, getting somebody over and just getting someone through, no matter how you get there, no matter what way you get there, and you just sort of say, at least you're there. Well, there's some of that to be understood and some of that to be rejoiced about, but wouldn't you rather see the hand of God and the blessings of God upon these great divides as you cross over, and God puts people in your life, people like you in your life, to help you cross these great chasms in life? It's so important and so true. The planning, the expense, and the great effort that goes into building some of these. Well, let me tell you something. If you're crossing the bridge of my life, I can guarantee you it wasn't without some real big challenges and efforts. The expense, the depth of all that we face and go through, and that you may have lost, may have gained, whatever that case may be, but You've made it through. And I was speaking to a young man this week, and he said a great statement that I'd forgotten, and it's so very true. What would your dad want for you? What would your parents want for you? And the answer is to be more successful and to have more and to do more than they did. And I that is the hope of me as a parent. And I know that's the hope of, if not all of you out there as a parent, that your kids would do better than what you even did in life. Well, you are the bridge to that. And that's the reality of it. You are the bridge to that. See, I mean, I could talk to you tonight about the bridge, about how he came to seek and save the lost, and how Christ became the bridge for all mankind. It's so very true. In 1 Corinthians 9, 16 to 23, it tells us about all types of things where basically on one side of the chasm and B is on the other side of the chasm, but it tells us about how the Lord has bridged the gaps for us in life. See, I think one of the greatest things, and this is one of the things we're doing as Mission Church, it's so true, and that is the bridge for disconnected believers. I think probably one of the things that hurts me the most in life for you and for others, especially if you have children and family who have walked away from the Lord, it breaks my heart and it hurts me deeply to know that there are people who once had just deep faith, extreme faith, great faith, who love the Lord and have since just disconnected from God. And you wonder yourself, what happened and where did this happen and how did this go wrong? And some of you can pinpoint and some of you can figure it out. But for me, I just then have to decide, am I going to be the one that drags people across this bridge? Or how can I reconnect the disconnected who have struggled in their faith? And I think that is so important. And I know that it's not for everyone. And I know the Lord brings people in and out of your life, in and out of my life especially, to help and minister to people. My faith has been challenged before in life, but I've never disconnected my faith. And so for me to help the disconnected, that takes a different place inside of me, which is a love and a concern for those who have disconnected. But I must first understand why they disconnected, how they disconnected, and where they disconnected. It does no good for you and I or anyone else to hurt, wound, or browbeat people, to push them and say, unless you are on A or B or C or D, then you're not saved or you don't have the Lord in your life. This is where people disconnect because they don't know how to be imperfect beings, and this is what we're talking about on Sunday mornings, but yet perfectly in the hand of God. And it's no work at all. At the end of the day, the Lord said his salvation is a free gift. And it's above and it's beyond all the challenges and the struggles and the sin, or however you want to present it in your life. He has built a bridge for you that has unconditional love. If you step up to that bridge and you put your feet and toes on that bridge, I'm telling you, it is so important. It's so important for you to understand that he built a bridge that you can walk across, and everyone else without judgment or fear. His mercy is the timber. His grace is part of the roadway, and it brings you through. It brings you past. It doesn't kick you off the bridge because of brokenness or because of wrongfulness or because of other things that you've done. It pushes you and spurs you on. And it just keeps you in the shadow, in the shelter of that bridge. If he needs to put a cover over it, he'll put a cover over it. If he needs to reinforce the bottom, he'll reinforce the bottom. What is your job? To believe and have faith and trust and know that God is for you and not against you. So important for you. I hope you feel that message tonight in many ways. Job 15:12, this is my commandment. It said that you love one another as I have loved you. So let me tell you, this is such a job. This is a giant leap of faith. I want you to feel like you can be so filled with the power of the Lord because you allow the Lord to use you in immeasurable and powerful ways. You see, maybe people have made they have made a geographical move or an error in life. Sorry about that. We have a little issue here. Hold on. There we go. Geographical error in life and been slowed about finding different things in life. You see, there are those who have come to the knowledge of Christ, but have never been taught the importance of what it's like to be in fellowship with each other. This is so important. Whether we're doing it right here live online, which is vital and important because you need somebody to walk in the Word with you, to feed you the Word. And most people say, in some ways today, and we've challenged it because the people say, well, I don't have to go to church to be a Christian. And no, you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. But if you want to be strong in your faith and strong and powerful in the Word and strong and powerful in your work, you got to be around people of like faith. You got to be around those. You got to be absorbing things such as here online on Wednesdays and Sundays. You've got to feed your soul and feed your life with new songs, new words, and things of God to just help that faith grow and help that faith be stronger than ever, because you're going to hear things and you're going to find out things that typically you wouldn't hear or find out if you were just isolated in and of yourself. So we want to build that bridge. There are so many people in life that need so many things. So if I was to say to you, and this is what I have done for many, many years, and that is to help build bridge builders. I was always a firm believer that attending church was just part of what it took inside of you to then go the next step and do something or be something for people around you. I'll never forget when our church at the time hit, it was about 600 people, and it happened in a relatively short amount of time. And I remember saying to the Lord, there's a reason why you have brought 600 people together, and it's not just so they can hear pretty music, worship to nice music, sit in a nice sanctuary, fellowship with each other, and hear a word from me. It's got to be more than that, because outside of that, then I'm just babysitting Christians and I'm just, churning up the same ground all the time. And it was me, I had such an intense desire to churn up fallow ground. This is why with Mission Church, the new mission is so real and so raw, about a real God and a real day to real people about real life, because I'm not interested in doing the same thing that we've always done in the same way we've always done it. I'm interested in churning up ground and reaching those who have been hurt and wounded and pushed aside, not only by the church, not only by the things of the Lord, but by others, but by society and life in and of itself. I want them to know that coming to the Lord Jesus Christ and accepting him into your heart is a measure of great, awesome power and strength. And it's tied, and this is so important, it's tied to no one else. It's tied to nobody else's faith, nobody else's ideas, no one else's thoughts, no one else's judgment, no one else's words. It's tied from your heart to the heart of God. It's about your spirit, your heart, and your soul. It's aligning your life right with the Lord. And then he puts people in your life as you face fleshly things in this world to help you cross the great divide. You can be a bridge tonight. You can be a bridge tonight. And that would be my goal for you, is to keep working on that bridge. Halen says I'm breaking up. Is anyone else having trouble there with that? Let me know. I'll have to see what's going on. We are in the middle of a storm here, so it could be that affecting the Wi-Fi. So listen, consider the Apostle Paul's motivation. In 1 Corinthians 9:16-23, he said, "Woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel," right? When you come to the Lord, woe unto you if you do not let people know that it's God that's doing this great work in you, because you want people to know how you're getting where you're going. See, Paul saw the need, and he was so moved to action. That is the definition of compassion. You see, compassion didn't begin with the Apostle Paul. It was demonstrated to us by God in giving his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, for you, for me. I am so thoroughly blessed and so thoroughly touched to know there's a core and a group of people right here with me now and out there who are saying, listen, no matter how long it takes, no matter what roads we travel, no matter how we journey, we are building a bridge. And we've got to build this bridge. And we are building it in an evangelical world. And I think that's what's so important. You know, I'm not going to take the time to get into all the differences between the different labeled churches and names of churches. And of course, out there, some churches are a little more advanced in their acceptance and those types of things. However, my concern is it's not just about accepting people, about where they're at and what they're going through, and the same thing. It's about understanding people and where they're at and what they're going through. I don't want to just accept things as they are, and that's been part of the church world for years. You constantly just accept what's told you. You speak everything that's just been taught to you and told you. This is what we've done for years, and this is what we've done for decades, and this is what will be done for decades more, because that's the type of people. But what if we can create a counterculture in the midst of a spirit-filled church, heart and soul? You know, that evangelical spirit-filled church that's so judgmental and condemning. You know what I'm talking about. You grew up in it. Most of you still in it. And here we are. And here's Pastor Will. And I'm talking to you right now. I personally, though, was in that all my life, I never held tight to all of that type of rhetoric. Because I just, for whatever reason, just really firmly believe that souls were souls, and hearts and lives were all on a journey in a place with God that we don't know about, and nothing is the same. Nothing in your heart and life is the same in my heart and life. We have blips and things that we go through, all in some way, some fashion, in some measure. So that's why we can build a bridge and help people out. But they're just going to leave your bridge and go to another bridge as you leave this bridge and go to another bridge. And I'm crossing bridges every day because people have blessed me, and I am so touched, and I've been able to get to the other side of certain things in life. And that's what we want for people. This is about bringing the lost and those who struggle in their lives to Christ, not to you, not to our church, not to any other church, but to Christ. And when you bring people to Christ, you'll find that more and more people's lives blossom and grow and bloom, as long as judgment and condemnation and your opinion is left out of it. And you just let them find the heartbeat of God, and you're there for them in every stride, in every moment, in every way. Compassion will move us to be bridge builders, there's no doubt. And the lack thereof will result in our doing nothing. And so next week, I'm going to come to you and distinctly talk to you about how you can find absolute strength in your bridge. Where does that strength come from? You might say from the Lord. Well, of course it comes from the Lord, but it comes from your faith and trust and believing. You know, when's the last time you said to somebody, look, trust me, trust me. Walk across it, trust me. Are you sure this bridge is going to hold me? Are you sure this are you sure they're not going to connect? Are you sure? Trust me. That's what I want you to bring to lives and souls in your life. Listen, everybody, what a great 30 minutes to spend with you tonight. Always a joy to meet up with you. I hope it's a blessing to you, and I hope to see you again this Sunday right here live on Mission Church page. Spread the word. Unfortunately, our building is not ready. I don't know what else to tell you. We're either going to seek another place. We're hoping to maybe gather in August on and off. If someone out there in the local Worcester area has a big enough property where we can set up a couple tents and social distance, I would love to have a little backyard barbecue, because we're about 50, 60 people, and that would be wonderful, and that would be great. Other than that, we have to stay strong here online, and I'll look in other places, but with COVID right now and raging throughout our country, I'm not sure that's going to even be possible. But you hang in there with me. We're getting there. Many, many other churches and other places are in our situation unless they own their facility, and we're just praying that God would bless and minister. Hey, everybody, I am so thank you for your blessings, and I receive your gifts in the mail, online, through PayPal, and it's just a blessing to Mission Church, and thank you so much. And we tithe a portion of that to other missionaries during this time who really, really need it. And so I just want you to continue to be faithful in your giving if you can. Go online, missionchurchne.org, and you'll find PayPal, you'll find our address, you can send, and I'm really, really thankful for that. Until Sunday, everybody, this pastor loves you. I mean it. We're going to get through this together, building a bridge. Take care. See you soon.